Welcome back.
Welcome back. Podcast number
26 today.
No, this is actually we've gotten it wrong.
No, this is 27.
That's what I thought, dude. Because I was like,
this is 26. Though, actually.
Oh, okay.
But no, because last time was 25.
we skipped
but we
one.
said it was 26.
Oh, okay.
So
we
that's
fucked
like the 10th one.
We're
we've gotten
somewhere.
wrong.
We're somewhere.
So I'm thinking let's just stop saying the numbers.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, exactly. We're on the podcast.
We're
what
too
we
high
should
up.
be doing is what I've been thinking is we should name them like names, you know, like any fucking weird, goofy, fucking fucked up shit. We should call this one weird, goofy, fucked up shit. I don't know.
Or
Any
like,
weird-
yeah, just
or
like
a
something that occurs during it.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Something that
Exactly.
occurs during
Something that
it
occurs
that
during
turns
it.
into something we talk about.
By the way, we got the nigga Cayden. Cayden, I don't know if you want me to say your last name, but
Hello.
we got Cayden
Cayden
and
Sorensen?
Rachael again.
Allegedly.
Cayden Sorensen.
Allegedly Sorensen.
Allegedly
Thank you.
Sorensen.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, who knows if it's really him?
Just hanging out with the boys.
And you know, the boys cracking a few cold ones.
Yeah, cracking a few cold ones. And, talking about some cool
crack
shit.
this
You know.
one.
Yeah.
Rachel's part of the boys.
So,
Yeah.
Cayden.
We got Rachael too. We got Rachael.
Yeah,
Which we had last week. So.
Yeah. But Cayden, how was your fucking day, nigga? Just curious.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
You work all day?
Yep. Just slaying it. You know, like
What
I
you
always
doing
do.
for work? I already know, but like what you
Roofing?
doing?
I want to switch it up though. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm kind of a construction type guy, so I
feel-
like construction. I like hands-on, like busting my ass and stuff. But yeah, I've had many jobs. I used to be a tower foreman. Used to build
Yeah.
cell phone towers and shit. That was my
Really?
absolutely like favorite job I've ever had.
Uh-huh.
But I got kind of fucked over on money. So
Yeah.
like $2,000 on a paycheck. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
Was
was
your
just-
dad a construction worker?
my dad,
by
no,
chance?
he was not actually.
Oh, okay. I just always wondered because that's
Yeah.
like that kind of thing, you know.
So it's I don't know. I just can't just sit down to make money. I have to be
I
doing
feel.
something, you know. And I've had a lot of jobs. It's just shitty. You know, I'm trying to strap down on a career and I have a couple plans, ideas and stuff. It's more like a home type thingy, like I just kind of fucking honestly being a hypocrite about it, but
Yeah, that'll happen. We all do it.
yeah. But I have ideas that for a better career and stuff. Because as much as I love like construction, like environments, they also are a very bad influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
construction type, like
you know, they're kind of all like kind of.
they're getting drunk every weekend. They're fucking like they're weekend warriors, you know, like a lot.
They
of them,
and
a lot of
trust
them.
me, like I am too. Like
Yeah,
but to
I
an
feel
extent.
them. I
like,
feel them.
But yeah. So I'm just. I like my work right now. It's cool, whatever. I work with some cool guys. More family based,
Yeah.
honestly. With
Oh yeah.
with the blacks.
The
Caden,
black-
Archuleta's.
Caden works with my my uncle, my mother's brothers.
Yeah.
And
So
cousins.
it's
So you work
and
with
your,
Jerm,
and your
right?
cousins.
Yeah, so
and
yeah,
Jeremy
Jerm.
and his brother, yes.
Yeah, and he works with Alex's little brother, and Alex's little brother was one of my best friends like throughout life at a certain point, and yeah, he's actually chilling in the other room, but fucking.
So
But he got me my first job. That's what I was gonna say. So that's what's crazy. All these things come back around.
one funny story I want to say about Jeremy. He'll probably hate me for it, but Caden's on the podcast, so I fucking can say it.
Oh, perfect.
So, back when me and Cayden and Jeremy, my little brother, allegedly started to smoke weed,
How old were you allegedly?
we were allegedly like 14 and
14.
15, because Jeremy was like 13 and 14.
no, he was like
Damn.
12.
So this
He
was like
12,
early.
bro.
This was
He was
early,
12.
early. And so, well, like, this was like a year into us smoking weed.
So this was probably about 10 years ago.
This was probably about 10 years, 10 years ago. And
Holy
so,
shit, that long ago?
So fucking this one time, like we would all get high, and then Jeremy would like just go pass out. He'd just go in like his room and pass out.
Just from weed?
No,
Like, he just.
Well, no, he like just liked to smoke weed and then go to bed or something. You
It
know,
was
like he'd
weird.
chill
He
for
just
like
got
5 or
fucked
10
up.
minutes, and then he was like,
I get it.
he's like, I want to go sleep, you know, and he
Uh-huh.
like had bomb sleep, you know. He said he loved his sleep when he was getting high, but like, yeah, so he just like, yeah, but so one time. Fucking, it was so rude, but fucking, we got high, allegedly, and then we fucking, Jeremy went to sleep, and then we were in my room, and we were like, let's fucking pull a prank on this nigga.
Uh,
Let's prank
we
this
did this
nigga
couple
hard.
times.
Jeremy, what
We
did
did
you
this.
doing?
We did it 3 times, and then after the 3rd time, like he kind of caught on, and we just felt like dicks because of it. And so,
What you do?
fucking. So what we did is fucking. Cause he knocks out, like he just fucking knocks
he's
He's
out.
a hard.
Yeah,
I have to
and
wake
so-
him up every single day for work. So he's
he just conks
Knocked
out when he goes to sleep. And so fucking, he goes in his room and fucking me and Cayden like devises his plan, and we're like, all right, cool. So fucking we go and bang on his door as loud as we can, and then he's like, what? And we're like, the house is on fire! The house is on fire! Get the fuck out! And so he opens his door and he's like, whoa! We're like, the house is on fire! And we live in the basement, so we start running upstairs, and he's like, just in his shorts and like fucking no shoes or anything. And then fucking we just like run upstairs and then like run out the back door and like we run like 4 houses down the street. And as we get like 4 houses down, we just like bust up laughing, and
He's
we're
in his
like,
boxers?
no, he's in his shorts.
Okay.
And we just start bust up laughing, and he's like, what the fuck? And we're like, oh, I got you, dude. And he's like, fuck it.
Wait, you said you did this multiple times?
3 times. 3 times.
After the first time, I'd be like, nope.
Well, dude, that's like survivor instinct.
But
you
it
know,
wasn't.
like-
It wasn't the fire thing every single time. Though. It was
Oh,
completely
he's-
different.
that's
Yeah,
something
just that
else.
one time, dude.
Do you guys know what else he pulled on him?
That's me.
Or no?
Oh, Alex, it's been so time.
Like
so
Robert,
long.
like someone's here with a gun.
I
No,
don't
just
remember.
times of like, literally. Oh, we had so many times like just playing night games and shit, and just beating his ass, and, like,
Oh,
just being rude, dude.
That's
Man.
being rude.
That's how I was with my little brother, dude. Like,
That's how it is, I feel
you
like,
live
with
and you
any
learn,
family
but-
with
Yeah,
brothers,
that's
you
how it
know.
goes.
The brothers are always picking on each other.
Digs.
But I never lived
My
in that
brother almost
situation.
broke my arm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I never really grew up in that situation though, because I have a twin brother and I'm the youngest, and I have an older sister. She's 25, and I have a half brother, but I don't really know him that well. But I never had those situations of like younger brothers, older brothers. Like, and the thing is my brother's older than me, even though we're twins. It's like by like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I took care of him, and I still do more than, you know what I mean. Like, literally, I made sure like he was like on point with his
Yeah.
shit. And
Would you say he's like a little brother almost? Even though you're
I
twins?
would.
Yeah, I would say like with everyone growing up, like the way like, cause there's a pattern with older brothers and younger brothers, you know, and with that pattern, like Cayden and his brother, Cayden's like the older brother.
Yeah. What do you think about it? How do you think that happened, Cayden?
I don't know. My mom even tells me like since I was like 3, dude, I
You just took charge?
took care of him. Like I just made sure he was all right. Like I went out of my way to make sure like him and I started 3 because I was kind of young, but like just taking care of him and like just I couldn't really explain.
Yeah. You
It's-
just took charge and fucking
But, like,
assumed responsibility, probably.
And I did, and like that's what happened. Like it's kind of going a little deep, but I'll go forward into time. Into high school, we went through a lot of shit. My mom went through a lot of divorces, and yada yada, and we ended up in Bountiful, and we were going to school in Viewmont, and I decided to drop out. I think junior year, and he dropped out too, and so I told my mom, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm dropping out, but I'm getting my GED. And she's like, and then a couple weeks later, when I was getting all set up and like studying and everything, she's like, well, your brother's like dropping out too, so like this is kind of like your fault, so like you better make sure he gets his fucking GED, otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
And so I fucking made sure that motherfucker got his GED. I fucking drove him there, and we fucking both got our GEDs, and like,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, it was. I couldn't stand being at school anymore. It just wasn't my like type of environment, and like a Bountiful area. Like, no offense to anything, but it
Just
just
like
wasn't my vibe. I grew up in West Jordan. Like Bountiful, like it's not a thing, and like I ended up going to
Well,
jail
Copper Hills
and
is
shit
super
because like I started getting with some bad people, and I ended up going to jail, and like it's stupid. So glad I'm out of it, and I love the homies that are up there still. They're awesome people, but so that kind of makes the point. I guess I can say some shit of like how I took care of my brother, but
Yeah.
just to the small point, like I made sure he got his GED because he didn't want to. He's like, fuck it, I just want to stay home. And he was like, he's a big computer guy, and like he just wanted to stay home and play games, and like, you know, just he's super what do you call it? He's like homely. He still lives with my mom, which has no offense.
Smart to me.
Oh, but he is very smart.
He's so smart.
He's very smart. He's built his own computers. He's built all of his friends' computers, like huge, massive ones
Did he
with
ever
like
get into
LED
drugs?
lights and yes, and yes, he does. He's very smart with them. He kind of don't want to say it, but he has a very good way of doing drugs. Like he's very like healthy like wise with drugs because he won't do ecstasy like every other weekend. You know what I mean? Every single weekend or whatever. He'll do it like periodically, so it's more intense and like
That's what you gotta do.
more of a feeling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so all your
special
endorphins
occasions.
and all your your feelings are there. It's super awesome. And then when he does them, he says it's the best times he's ever had. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's actually super cool, and I'm actually proud of him that, because I kind of, yes, I'm a little harder and shit, and with like that kind of stuff, but I'm super fucking proud of him because he's kind of like into cars, and he's into computers, and he's into animation, and he's into graphic designing, and he's made so much. He has
Like, dude, I need to meet.
He's
You should, cause like he built his own computer when he was what, like 17 or 18.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
when he
and,
built his first computer.
If y'all listeners didn't know, fucking homeboy fucking Jerrick, the nigga, he builds computers. He fucking builds all kinds of fucking shit. He actually, I don't know, remember the oil computer that he built? If you could fucking go into that
Yeah,
a little bit.
the oil computers were a really cool idea. I had Joey and me started looking up stuff on YouTube.
And Joey's
Joey's
your
my
older
brother.
brother.
Yeah, my older brother. Who we kind of share this passion for computers together. Like you were there at work. Like,
I remember. We worked at the
built off
factory.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like boom, 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 boom. And you can get so technical with that stuff. Like imagine like football teams. You know how technical people get with their
Yeah.
teams and everything. It's that same concept with computers. And me and Joey saw these computers that were submerged fully, like all the electrical components,
Underwater.
everything, in mineral oil.
Oh, what?
And the thing about mineral oil
In
is
like a
it's
fish tank.
yeah, it's not conductive at all. So you can literally put electronics in it, and they just function totally fine, just like they're in air. But they're
Watertight?
submerged.
Like
No, the oil.
the tower's not watertight?
No, it's not. Yeah, there's oil all over the components, just like getting all over
What?
everything.
How does
It's
like
not.
you put a
It's
bunch of machine parts in
non-conductive.
a fish tank.
Yeah, I'll have to show you a picture of it.
Electricity.
Yeah, but
with water.
it's non-conductive. Is
It's
the
not
thing.
water.
It's oil.
It's not water. It's
It's
mineral
oil.
Yeah, it's oil. Yeah,
Oh,
mineral
explain
oil.
to me that makes no sense to me. But
Yeah, it is
That
insane
sounds-
idea.
that sounds
So
crazy,
what are,
yeah.
what, are,
And-
what are the advantages to that?
Well, what I learned is that there's pretty much no advantages at all.
Yeah.
It
It's just
doesn't
fun.
work as air. Yeah, it doesn't work as well as air cooling. I thought that it would stay cooler. It'd be a better cooling solution than air. But the problem is that the oil heats up and just stores the heat.
Mhm.
It just all stays in the oil. So with air, you have air passing all the time, so
Right.
it can cool it down and
Yeah.
the hot air gets away. But yeah, I learned that there is pretty much no advantages. I really like doing it. A couple computers got fucked up. I probably lost like $1,500 in that whole.
It's an experiment.
Yeah, it was an
It's
experiment.
worth it.
But I remember the first time.
Well, just think of like
Just
oil
dump
on the
in oil.
stove, like when you heat it up.
Yeah. I remember the first time just like dumping oil into the computer and
What
just being
type of-
like, oh my god.
what type of
Is
oil
this
was
gonna work?
What type of oil was it?
Mineral oil.
Mineral oil. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a horse laxative.
Yeah, that's what I bought. It was horse laxative. I just bought
Interesting.
bottles and bottles of horse laxative, which is 100% mineral oil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you put coolers and shit on your fans?
Actually, one time I built you know how a radiator works in a car?
Yep.
Yeah, I put a water pump for a fish tank. I
Yep.
bought like a really strong one,
Mm-hmm.
put it in the oil, and had it pump oil out to a radiator with two big ass fans on it.
Oh god.
And so the oil was just like being cooled all the time.
Mhm.
Like
There was
that.
bubbles everywhere. It looked like
Yeah, and you
fucking-
could put
Yeah,
bubbles
bubbles.
straight. You could put
Well,
bubbles straight
my
into the
brother
oil.
has these ones that it's these it's like a patch kind of, but you put it on the back of your fan, and it pumps water through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of
And
those.
it won't ever, for some reason, I might be a little bit wrong, but because you don't give it water, but
The water's part of the cooling.
but exactly, for some reason it stays inside that, like,
It's like a closed
the
loop
material,
system almost.
and it'll stay, and it stays everything cooled because he plays games. He's a big gamer, like World of Warcraft type shit. So like your computer gets hot after playing forever, you know, and so it actually keeps the fan and everything completely cold, which is crazy because you can even feel it, and it's pretty crazy. But no, he's a smart kid, and I wish I could see him a lot more. I'm not gonna lie, and I try to hit him up, and he's not a big conversation type of guy.
Yeah.
So when I hit him up, he just kind of, yo, what's up, you know? But
Yeah. Well, like I was.
I love him though, and I would love for him to come and hang out with us though, because I know, and he knows Alex, and he loves Alex and shit.
Yeah.
But I would like him to meet, you know, all the homies and shit.
It's funny because when I was 9, me and Cayden and his brother Colton and my friend Nolan, funny, we all played on the same football team, and that's how we all met. Okay. And then that started in summer, and then that school year in August was our 4th grade, and me and Nolan went to the same school and we were in the same class, and then like 3 months later, Cayden moved from the school he was at to our school, but he was in a different class. So like I was best friends with Nolan then, who's still a really good friend, and Cayden and his brother went to our school, and I was like, oh shit, I know those guys are from my football team, you know?
Yeah.
And then I ended up talking and everything, and like it's funny because like I was friends with both of them, and then there was a time where like I hated Cayden, and me and Colton were best friends, and then like
Colton who?
his
My brother.
brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was weird.
And
I didn't even talk to him.
cause Colton was kind of like how I was in school and stuff, and so we got along a lot.
Way back
Well,
low
no,
key.
the
Were
thing
you
is-
low key in school, or were you like?
The thing is Alex was like super like into like the school, like the.
I was nerdy.
He was nerdy, but
Okay.
I was
Colin,
nerdy as
but
fuck.
Colin really like. He's a very smart kid, but he wasn't into school. Like he just
the grades.
it wasn't his interest. Like he got worse grades than me. Like I was super good in like elementary. Like I know it's super easy, whatever. I was super good in elementary, and then middle school I was good until about 9th grade. Then it's kind of when I started not giving a fuck. But him, Alex though, he's
He's
a smart,
well
he's a
organized.
smart little bastard, dude. He always had good grades, and it made no sense to me. And like a lot of times he didn't show up to school, but guess what? He still got
I
fucking
know.
straight A's and shit.
You know what
You
inspires?
could go and take the end of the year test.
The thing,
and pass on
the thing that
classes.
inspires me about
And not
fucking
go all
Alex
year.
is how fucking like how well organized the nigga is, you know. Well organized, you know.
He's
That's
definitely organized though, dude. Because
Yeah.
like in a way that I would be organized, he's definitely different.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what
Alex
are you
has
doing,
got
dude?
everything
Like-
nicely put in boxes away somewhere, and he knows where they are, and like, trust me, like even in his mind, you know, like that's at least what I've noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say, but I don't know.
No,
Do you think that sounds kind of accurate?
Yeah.
I just don't like talking about myself.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to say it. Nobody likes talking themselves up.
Yeah, but that's why
I
me
had
and
to
Colton
be
got
there
along
for
is
you.
because we were both like really, like nerdy, but I was like kind of nerdy all around. But Colton was nerdy like in some ways that we just clicked.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't even know why me and Cayden like hate each other. And then like
I think it was
it
because
was
of
only
the
for like a
chick.
year. I think it was for a girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
And then like
I
a
can see
year
that. I
later,
can see
So I
that
think it was
happening.
like 6th grade, and like this chick Amanda.
no, that tall lurpy girl
Anita.
you dated.
No.
Is she hot?
Yeah, and man, her name was Amanda. No, her name was
Of course, that's why I asked for it.
Fuck, it starts with an A though. It was a tall asshole.
I didn't. Okay, so I didn't think she was hot 'cause she's white. I don't like white girls. But Cayden,
Yes, you do.
I don't like white girls at all. But Cayden, like, was dating her, and then like they broke
Alex
up, and I
tried to
like
swoop
talked
in
to
a little
her.
bit.
I
Then he's all mad at me because I took her back.
and then fucking they not dating.
You don't talk to your homies. ex.
Nigga, I learned that early on.
After
on.
that.
Everyone has to learn it. Everyone has to learn it. You have to learn the
Everybody
bro
has to learn
code.
it,
You have to
but-
learn the bro code.
To be honest, I think I learned that from all my friends, and
Yeah.
my dad, and
Yeah.
my mom, and my parents, and like
You gotta learn it somehow.
Yeah,
though.
you gotta learn it somehow. But
Either hands on or
it's
fucking-
always gonna swing back around, you know. You reap what you sow, you know. Like
Yeah,
fucking.
but that's
it'll
why-
always swing back around.
Yeah, that's why. Fuck, I don't even know where I was gonna go with that one.
The girlfriend thing. Well, you
Yeah.
tried to swoop on my woman.
God.
No, yeah, we really didn't talk though, and like, what kind of happened? Like, actually, for some reason I remember this, but back in 6th grade, so we'd go out for recess and shit, and me and Alex wouldn't talk, but like, I think her name, I want to say her name was Amanda, but I don't think it was. It started with an A, whatever her name is, mysterious woman.
Mysterious woman.
She had like a couple girlfriends. I don't even know. I don't care about them. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
Apologize, but.
Times have passed.
Alex would be on the swings or something, and I'm on the monkey bars, and like, I'd go.
Don't you love? I could think about elementary. Like that shit was dope.
And I'd go and talk to her, and then Alex would come and try to swoop in, like, oh, what's up, you know,
yeah,
like, take over here, let's go
drama.
play some volleyball. I'm not volleyball. What's that one with the
Foosball.
Oh,
No,
God,
it's,
tetherball.
Alex is over there. I'm like, god damn. But no, yeah, we didn't literally just because of that stupid reason we didn't talk. But 7th grade came around, and man, we clicked. For some
Y'all
reason,
are early bloomers.
we
fuckers.
Yeah.
clicked for sure. Rachel,
I was still like
Rachel
Barbies. Oh,
Oh, we were all bitches. Let's get bitches.
Dude, when I was in 5th grade, I dated the girl in 6th grade, who's this Mexican girl, who had double D's in 6th grade.
What was her name?
What?
Her fucking name, I forgot. But then she dumped me because it was the summer in between, she was going to 7th grade. She's like, I can't be dating a 6th
Yeah.
grader.
Dude,
When I'm going into middle
Yeah, I
school.
bet.
And I was like,
Oh,
fuck
the logic back
Dude,
then, dude.
you know what's funny is okay, like the first time I made out with a girl, I was in like 4th grade,
Holy shit.
early
I think I was in
bloomer,
6th.
and
heck yeah.
she was my best friend, Tyson. Back in the day, I had a few friends named Tyson, but my best friend Tyson back in the day, around that era, it was his sister. And you know what's funny is like I dated his sister, and then I dated another one of my friend's sisters, which was fucking Tyler's sister. And then I fucking talked to my other friend named Tyson. I talked to his sister for like a month. So it was
Not
like
sisters.
Yeah, I'm the sister.
it's
yeah.
kind of fucked up.
I'm not even trying to hang out.
I never like asked if it was cool, but I always went over to the house and I wasn't hiding nothing, you know. And
Yeah.
their brothers were always like, okay, Mike's cool, you know.
Yeah.
Mike's cool, you know.
But
And,
I'm
like,
swooping in on your sister.
but I'm swooping in on
Mike's
the
cool to
sister.
swoop in on the sis.
Yeah.
See, I have a little sister, but I've never been in a situation like that. Like,
Yeah,
Never lived
Yeah,
sister?
Mike coming
Yeah.
in. You haven't seen
Half-sister.
Mike
Well,
come in?
how old is
No,
she?
listen, imagine if you're like, okay, like, because all my friends are always older. I don't know why, but that's just how it happens. And,
because you're more mature.
I'll tell you something.
who knows? I don't know about that.
No,
That's a
literally,
little
no.
bit far reaching.
No, it's not, because I'll tell you something after this.
Okay, that's a little bit far reaching there, Jerry, but
That's a
fucking. Yeah, that's a stretch. But imagine being like a little girl, you know, and you're fucking home. Your brother brings over some nigga that's your age, and you're like, you know, look at this nigga.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, I can tell this chick has a fucking crush on me. And actually, how I got this like girl to start talking to me, this is kind of cheesy shit that's just coming in my head because I'm a cheeseball, you know, with shit like that. You know, I'm a softie. But I was skating, and I've been skating my whole life. Like, it's just something I'll never stop doing. And I was skating, my foot, I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what trick I was doing, but my fucking bearing blew out. Just bearing all over the fucking ground. And there's like a little metal ring that fucking goes around the fucking
You
bearing.
gave her the fucking
But
ring.
listen,
Jesus.
and then it was all greasy, so I fucking washed it off. I washed this fucking little metal ring off, and I go up to Tyson, and I was like, and Tyson's my best friend, we were skating, and I'm like, dude, I like your sister, you should just like, because I was scared, you know, I was nervous. I was like, dude, go give your sister this, and be like, yo, it's from Mike, and like, he wants to like fucking talk to you. And then she came out and she was like, she's like, I want to give you something, but I can't tell you. And I was like, what do you want to fucking give me? And I was like, I kept asking her, and she was like, can't tell you. Give me like a little blushy face, you know. And and then finally I was just kept asking, kept fucking. I'm just persistent with shit like that. I'm just like, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want? And then she just puts her lips out and just like, and I was just like, oh, hell yeah.
Laid on his mouth.
And then I kissed her, just a little peck, you know, because I was kind of shook. And then from there on, it went fucking hardcore. But I didn't like have sex with her or anything. We just made out, and like it was a fun time, you know. It was fucking adorable. Now that I think of it, you know, that was a
dude.
cute.
How old
I
is
know,
that?
That's
That's like
like
11, 12?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And she was like, okay, like
No,
I was probably about
12.
I was
Really?
probably like 5 foot.
It's
back
always
then.
8+ the year.
I thought 12 was like 6th grade.
No,
6
I
plus
was
the year.
I was
6 plus the
11.
year.
I was
6
11.
plus the year.
11, okay.
I was
6 plus
11.
the year.
Yeah, you're like
I was
10,
11, yeah,
10,
10, 11. And then yeah, fuck, I'm losing track, but I was just being a fucking goofy ass, cute ass nigga. Oh, and yeah, I had to get
Cute
myself
ass
back
nigga.
on track. But and one time I was at my house. We're out in West Jordan, living across this highway called Bacchus Highway. We had this big dope house that my parents were renting, and me and my little girlfriend, we were upstairs making out in my closet. And
In your closet.
And my homie Tyson. He was like in my room chilling or like making food downstairs or something. Cause we would always just chill after school. After we got off the bus, we'd just go straight to my house because the bus stop was right there. And we were making out in my closet after school. And then I thought my homie Tyson would have fucking came in and got me. And like told me that my mom got home, but my mom got home. And then she walks into my closet. And this girl, I'm like 5 feet, and this girl's probably like, she's short, you know, she's little. She looks like a little girl, and like she's probably like
me.
like she's probably like 4 feet, yeah, really little, and
Oh shit.
we're just making out, and then my mom walks in the closet, and she like looks at me, and I'm just like. I just like, whoa.
Shook his
I'm
fuck.
just like, whoa, that didn't, like, pretend nothing happened, you know? I'm just like, we're just chilling
in
in
a
the
fucking
closet.
closet.
And
Not doing that.
then my mom goes downstairs. My mom goes downstairs and my friends leave because it just got awkward, you know? And, excuse me, but and then I go downstairs. My mom's like, why are you making out with a fucking, like, a first grader? I'm like, Mom, no. She's my age.
Is this 4th grade also?
Yeah, 4th grade. She just looked really small, you know, because she was really
She was
little.
mini.
Yeah, and she was like, what the fuck? Why? Like, and I was just like, no, I swear. Like,
I'm not a molester.
Just check your
Mom,
ID.
she's my age.
Check your ID.
Yeah, my mom was just like, she looked at me with that just like look, just like, oh my, like,
Shame
she
on
was
you,
just
Mike.
like, it was like she didn't even, she was just like,
Didn't want to
even
address
wanna
it.
look at me, like, it was like,
whatever,
yeah.
Mike.
Like, whatever, Mike, you fucking savage.
You savage motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a cute little story.
Since he said cheese ball, fucking so
Alex is a cheese ball, I know that.
He likes to smoke cheese balls. Just kidding. Cheese balls are good, though.
Cheese balls get the pussy.
Cheese puffs.
Oh, cheese puffs are even better.
So fucking when I first started talking to Rachel, fucking we started talking and everything, and then
And
we
Alex
hang
and
out.
Rachel have been dating and dated, and they're doing their thing, you know. But, like,
So
just so y'all know,
Yeah, just so you know, they're kind of little crazy little folks. Not gonna lie.
Oh, shut up.
I can tell you some stories about them. Well, I might keep on the DL. You up throwing Coke cans across the room with it?
Not that bad. That's not that bad.
okay, well, it's
At
where we
me?
go.
Open ones? That was a good one.
Anyway, so when we first started talking, we would like hang out a bunch and everything, and we would always go over to her house after school because like,
Your
her mom didn't come home until like 8 o'clock, you know. So we had like a couple hours we could chill,
And
And,
fuck.
Shut the fuck up.
Cayden.
No, that's
Cayden
not
always
okay.
coming in hot.
Hey.
Sorry.
So this one time, I think I don't remember who drove, but we fucking get off school and then we like go to like the gas station. I was working most of the time back then.
Jamba.
Yeah, I was working at Jamba. So I had money and like I didn't have to pay bills or anything, so I just had fucking just free money.
Money
that
for
was-
days.
Free money.
There was in abundance, you know. It was like more than people's parents would give them, you know. And so like, fucking so I was like, hey, let's have like kind of like a fake date, you know. Let's like get a Redbox movie and
A
then like.
Fake
date?
date?
I was
What
gonna
the fuck is that?
Well, because like okay, so like a
It sounds
date
like
is
a
like
real
okay, so
date.
a date is like going out somewhere. Like
Yeah.
we
What
went
does it
in.
have to
Okay,
be?
yes.
A
Okay.
date
Well,
is
okay.
a date.
Keep on
Okay.
going, keep on
Anyways,
Sorry.
the Chili's
Sorry.
guy yelled at me the other day too because I told him it wasn't a date.
A date is a date.
Learn from the Chili's guy.
Learn, brother. Learn.
Anyway, so we're having a date. And fucking, I was like, let's have a little mini date at your house and like get a Redbox and fucking get like snacks and fucking a drink.
That's the best kind of date.
Yeah, and so fucking, and I knew her favorite snack was Funyuns, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew she was gonna pick Funyuns.
Is the hot Funyuns?
Not yet.
Not
I
at
thought
that
they
time.
were.
She hadn't
They are, they
evolved.
were.
Hadn't evolved
Yeah,
yet.
she hadn't evolved.
Okay.
That stage.
Because I know they are
She was
now.
at the regular
Yeah.
Funyuns stage. And so fucking, I knew she was gonna get them, you know? I was like, get your favorite shit, you know? And fucking, so then we fucking go back to her house. And I had this like all planned out for like a week, you know? Fucking just like fucking planned out. And fucking so,
Didn't know that.
she like gets her fucking shit. And then we go back to her house, we're watching the movie and everything, we're like eating our snacks and everything, and fucking
She's
and I was like,
eating
oh, let
snacks.
me get a fucking Funyun. And she was like, alright, so I got to grab the Funyun, you know, I grabbed like a little small one, and I'm like, and then I like asked her to be my girlfriend with the Funyun. Put it on her fucking finger. I was like,
player.
alright, you gotta eat that one very last, you know.
Oh,
Classy. That's some classy. Almost as classy as Mike giving it a ring.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Fuck yeah. You know how to roll,
Classy.
dog. Alex has got it down, though.
Oh, goodness.
We've been playing the game for a minute.
You got experience.
He's got little tricks up his
No, I'm
sleeve.
just fucking around. I don't got experience. I got a bunch of fuck ups.
That's not cool to say.
It's not cool to
But
say,
hey, Mike,
but I don't play.
What did I tell you that I was gonna say? You were saying something.
Oh, he's not grown up.
Oh yeah, Mike
not,
was
um,
saying something.
Yeah,
He's not.
So I'll tell you in a minute.
Um,
a vet. He's not.
no, I
We're
don't
gonna take a quick break and we'll figure it out.
Quick break?
Yeah, let's take
Yeah.
a quick break.
Make
Kick
sure
break.
we're
We'll
recording.
come
I
back.
got thrown.
It's over.
It's all over.
The break is over.
You're live.
All right, welcome back. We did successfully record the first portion of our potion.
And we have a fucking another motherfucker on here. Fucking my nigga Jeremy Black.
Showed way off in the distance.
Yeah,
Let's get up
in the
closer.
distance.
Get up here.
Fucking Jeremy Black is the nigga who we were talking about earlier. actually.
Yep.
And,
about me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're talking shit.
And
it's mad
yeah,
shit.
he got me my
Talking mad
first
shit.
job, like we were talking about earlier. But fucking
At McDonald's?
yeah, at
McDonald's.
McDonald's, and me and Rachael and Jeremy Black worked at
Trifecta.
McDonald's, and me, Mike Black, me Jeremy Black, and me Alex Black all have the same last name.
But Mike isn't our cousin.
No,
No.
We're
cousins.
allegedly cousins.
We're allegedly cousins.
Allegedly.
So when I was so I had my first 2 apartments with Jeremy, and then Jeremy moved out on his own, and then me and Rachael had our own place, and I went over to Jeremy's house one day to kick it, and Mike was there with his ex and Jeremy's thing.
Wait, this was
And,
after. This was when I was dating. Beth.
Yeah, and so
We've had
and
Bethany
so
on
I
the show.
I fucking go up to the house, and like Jeremy pulls me aside the second I get in. He's like, "If anyone asks, Mike is our cousin, okay?" And I was just like, "What?" Like, okay.
Just to fuck with people? Or?
Just fuck.
There's like
No.
50 plus people that hardcore. And
Hardcore.
I've argued this hardcorely many times to them that we are cousins.
Well, it's because me and Jeremy are fucking cousins, dog.
What happened to
No,
your
you're not.
keys?
It ain't no joke.
It's the truth.
It's
Any
the
of you
truth.
people out there listening, we really are cousins.
That's the truth. While we're sitting in
We
the
don't
booth.
fuck around here.
Yeah, it looks like a couple people listening
Allegedly,
too.
we don't fuck
What were you
around.
saying, Alex?
Oh, but it was just funny because I was like, "What the fuck?" okay, I'll go along with your little scheme. And then like a month or two later, somebody came up to me and they're like, oh, your cousin Mike fucking said this, nah, 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 nah.
Who was
And I was like, I don't remember. It was just something simple.
Wait,
Just
hold
something
on
simple.
1 sec.
Just some
I
booty work?
accidentally.
But yeah, it was just like something like really simple. And they're like, oh, your cousin Mike. And then like I was about to say like what? But then I was like, oh yeah, my cousin Mike, yeah.
Yeah. But somewhere down, like honestly, what I've always thought.
Mike's
Because-
Scottish and we're German. It's
Well, and that's
country
nothing. That's
away.
nothing.
Jerm.
That's nothing like a chat.
Jerm.
But
it's a country away.
what I'm gonna
down the
say
line.
right here is that somewhere down the line we're fucking connected at some point because like we have the fucking same last name. You know, like there's some
Same-
family.
That's what I'm saying about
There's some-
Germany and
Honestly,
Scotland.
I think you guys
But
are
Alex-
I think you guys are connected through like sexual
Okay.
activities.
Okay. Besides our banging all the time, you know.
Besides us banging on Wednesdays.
fucking-
Yeah. But somewhere down the line, I honestly think that me, Alex, and like Alex's family and Jeremy's family are related because it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of blacks in the world, and I think we're all fucking
Dude,
related
there's
at some
not-
point. 'Cause
There really
everybody
is a
with the
lot
last
of black people
Okay.
in the world.
No.
but everybody with the last name Black that I've met, I've been able to relate with on some level, like really closely. Like they're all kind of stubborn. They're all kind of fucking stubborn, and maybe I'm just generalizing. Maybe
No,
you never
I
know.
work with them. Trust
But-
me, man. They
But
kind of fucking stubborn.
People with the last
More
name
than that.
Black, all of them that I've met are pretty fucking stubborn and like I don't know. They're good motherfuckers, you know. They're genuine. They're fucking true motherfuckers. It's just you got I don't know. They're straight up. I don't know. That's what I like about my family. That's what I like about the people I hang out with, is that they're straight up motherfuckers and they will tell you what's going on, you know, and like what's happening, you know, and be real about it, you know. That's one of the things I value most about this life, you know, is that everybody is constantly trying to build you up and fucking keep you on point and fucking
So
and you don't realize it most of the time.
Yeah. So one funny
Yeah.
thing is, my dad used to tell me stories about this because when I went to church as a kid, I was part of the Webb family. Because of my stepdad.
Yo, shout out
and
to
so-
the Webs. Big ol' fuck you.
Big ol' fuck you. Like, I bet they won't
I
listen to
understand
this,
too. Fuck you, Rod.
but if they listen, I love you guys too.
No,
It's just
no
different.
love. Just
If
It's
you
different.
want, it's cool.
But
You guys
anyways-
take care of me.
Anyways,
Cool.
and so my dad though, I was talking to my dad one time. Oh, my dad used to tell me and Jeremy the stories when we were kids. He went to church as the Black family, and so like whenever they went to like a new ward or something, you know, the bishop would get up on stand and he'd be like, "All right, well everybody, welcome the Black family," and everybody would look around like, "What?"
Like, oh, we have some black
Who's the black people?
And they stand up and they're all white.
They're all ready to welcome
And
the
so-
Black family like they're not ready.
They're like, they're
I'm not
not
ready.
racist.
Oh, they're
like
white.
you too.
Oh, they're just white.
So that was a funny story that my dad used to always tell me. But another cool thing is like, growing up, it was always cool to like be the black kid in school because like,
The kid with the last name Black.
kid with the last name black. Cause like, I met someone with the last name White in school. I met someone with the last name Green in school.
Brown. That's a common.
I met someone with the last name Brown in school.
Alex
Cleveland
Brown,
Brown.
fuck you, Alex
I love
Brown.
Cleveland Brown. He's cool too.
And so I think Black is the coolest out of all the last names I've seen.
Me too, dude. That's why I wear a lot of black.
Yeah, I mean, well, I like it. Black and white go with anything. I was telling Mike that earlier today, but they go with anything. Any
It's the
color.
balance.
The
Well,
cool
I'm
thing. The cool
Oh,
thing
black and
about
white.
the cool thing about last name Black in school is
Where's your
in
shot?
school they call it. I don't have a shot, but in
Did you take
school, yeah, I don't need another one. But in school, they fucking call you by in school and sports and fucking all fucking all that
your
shit.
last name.
They
Yeah.
call you by your last name and then your first name. Like they'd always call me Black Jeremy.
Where's the black Jeremy?
Oh, the white guy here.
It'd
That
be
would
funny
be-
if like you had a class with somebody that was black that was named Jeremy. And they're like, "Where's the black Jeremy?" And
They're
it's
like, "Sid,
"What?"
You
He's trying to fuck with him. He's fucking with him. That's not the real Jeremy Black. It's a black boy.
That's black.
No, I meant the
That's
colored
not-
one. No, I meant the last name one. Oh, that's fucked up thought, but
No,
No, throw it out there.
Fucked up.
That's
It's
funny.
just a thought.
I
It's
loved
just
it,
a
dude. I
thought.
loved it when they called me Black Jerm. I was like, yeah.
Black
Oh
Daniel.
yeah, I think I'm gangster.
Black Daniel, come up.
And if
Or
you
in
didn't
football,
know-
Mr. Black.
if you didn't know, Daniel's actual name, I mean Alex's actual name, is Daniel Alexander
Daniel.
Black.
Daniel
That's a
Well,
classy
okay.
name.
Well, and so Daniel is a biblical, like very heavy biblical name, and Alexander is a name of someone who conquered a lot of the world.
Satan.
And so,
Sorry.
like, that's why I was named that.
Okay. Well, okay, what is all your guys' full name, like, with your middle name?
Hold on,
Shit.
before we get into
Just
this,
curious. Yeah.
nobody else noticed. His initials are Dab.
My initials are Dabs.
Same with my cousin Dustin, and
And
he
so
takes
is my
fat
and
dabs.
Dustin was my best friend in middle school, so we were like, we're both Dabs. And that was before like we
Yeah,
knew
that was
what
before
a dab
Dab
was.
were-
we be
Yeah.
dabbing.
And what's funny is my dad told me a story how he used to always tell girls. He probably didn't. He probably told his homies, but he might have told
And
girls.
your
But
dad's name is...
Daniel Allen Black,
Okay.
Damn.
and so he's Dab as well. So that's why he did it on purpose.
I don't
And
like
so
Devin.
yeah, and so
That's a bad
he
name.
was like, "Oh, I used to always tell girls a dab will do ya," because you know that little saying, "A dab will do ya,"
Oh, a dab like
like a little bit'll do ya, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, that's smart. That's smart."
That is
right
one
there.
good one.
Dab will do
I'll
ya.
be like, yeah, devil do you, huh? You're like, oh!
Anyways, Mike, what's your full name then?
Oh, Jerry's whipping it back out on me.
Whipping
Get
it
a taste of my own medicine. Yes. Fucking, always, fuck.
Michael? Is it Michael?
No,
It's Mike.
my first name is actually just Mike.
That was
Just
so
Mike.
weird.
And, that's what's kind of fucking weird, you know? It's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I went up to him
But-
one day and I was like, "Michael," and he's like, "No, it's Mike."
No.
So, no,
And
no,
I was like,
teacher,
oh.
every teacher when they
Sorry.
got mad at me called me Michael, and I would look right like through them and pretend like I didn't
Like,
hear it.
I don't know.
Because it wasn't my name.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I didn't hear it. But fucking, my name is Mike. Well, my uncle, who passed away. My uncle. Oh, that's your phone. Okay, my bad. That's not mine. But my uncle passed away, and before I was born, his name was Michael, and he was part of the Navy, and he was I don't know. Addiction runs in my family through both sides. You know, doesn't matter what kind of addiction. You know, some was the drugs. Various addictions through relationships, drugs, whatever your thing is. You know, that personality runs in my family, and fucking my uncle got really into drinking, and his name was Michael. He was in the Navy. And he actually got kicked out of the Navy because he was smoking weed. And they caught him. And he was like really high up in the Navy. Loved his fucking job, like prideful in it.
Caught smoking
And then-
at work or just in
Yeah.
general?
Well, he got caught smoking at work. I'm pretty sure. I would have to double check with my mom.
Probably
but
took give him a drug test.
something
or
like that. They probably did something. Who the fuck knows? But it was back in like the 80s, before I was born. And they actually demoted him because he was really high up. I'm not sure what the fuck he was. I would have to ask my mom. I think we should have my mom in here because she would be able to fuck
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
Let's have my mom
mom's
too.
a boss.
We'll have a mom cast.
Let's have a mom cast. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I don't know about my
Let's
mom. I don't know about my
let's
mom,
not
but
have-
I love Susan over here.
But
I
listen,
might
listen
even-
here.
I might even bend her over.
God,
Okay,
no.
but my
I'm just
mom,
kidding.
Alright.
my mom is a fucking amazing person,
That's you, buddy.
and
Your mom.
she's the one who gave me all this information,
It
and
gave you life.
and she gave me a fucking life.
And she
just
gave
like
you
Rachel
life.
says.
Give you life.
Just like
She took
Rachel
you from the
says.
spirit world to the physical world.
But,
Just to bend you over.
fucking guys, Jesus. fucking.
Mike's into that shit.
I know, I'm into fucking Jesus. I know, I love it. But, like I was saying, my uncle, who passed away, he
Scoop. Scoop,
He,
scoop, scoop.
There's no scooting anymore.
he got really into drinking after that. Like, he got super into drinking after that whole military thing.
Mhm.
And, after all that happened, he got super into drinking, and then eventually he just couldn't take it, you know, and just drank himself to death, you know, something to that effect. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know what happened, but and then
It's okay.
I
That's
was
pretty much how every single person in
and
my
then
family has died.
yeah, and exactly that's how my uncle passed away, and then my dad, he had a friend named Mike or Michael, I'm pretty sure, and he passed away. He was my dad's best friend. My dad's best friend. I don't have too much information about him. I've been trying to reconnect with my father a little bit, just to reconnect with my roots, you know, but I want to get to know everything more, but yeah, I was named after my uncle and my dad's very best friend that passed away on a motorcycle accident. So that's why I've kind of, and throughout my life, you know, I grew up, and my other uncle Jeremiah, who was on my dad's side, one of my, like, I looked up to this motherfucker like God, you know, like this motherfucker was like just straight up like
Real
motherfucker, you know, just real straight up motherfucker. And my dad is too, you know. It's just this guy was more close to my age, you know. Like, he was younger than my dad. He was probably about 22. He was probably okay. Like, at this point, he was probably like 20, and I was probably in like 3rd grade. And he's the one who got me really into reptiles, and he's the one who got my curiosity.
So, is your dad's friend?
This is my dad's brother.
Oh, brother. Okay.
This is my dad's brother,
Oh,
Jeremiah.
your dad's brother. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he got me really into that, and the reptiles and like the crocodile hunter and stuff. I remember getting really like
Crocodile.
Steve Irwin is one of my biggest heroes in life.
Really?
Oh yeah, easy.
Damn.
I
That's
go
cool,
for
though. That's
passion.
cool.
I go for passion. You know, I don't care what you're into. I go for passion. That's why Action Bronson, any chef or anything, anybody who kills the game with what they do, it's like, okay, fucking get it, you know.
Yeah.
But Steve Irwin was my shit back then because I was into reptiles, and me and my uncle would just go in about that. And I got this Chinese water dragon when I was a kid, big ass sick terrarium, you know, which is like an enclosure, like a cage, you know, for it. And there was a sick ass lizard, and he's like taught me a bunch of shit about it, and like I got that lizard from my dad's other friend. I don't know his fucking name, but
Irwin.
no, it was just some fucking guy that he worked with, some guy who worked with who always wore this like, like a strip, like this Pinkies strippers, like stripper
Pinkies.
shirt. It's like a strip club.
Pinky.
Oh.
Yeah, he wore that kind of shirt all the time. I don't know why I remember that. I just do.
Because you're
But-
horny.
Yeah, because I'm horny. I'm like, oh,
kidding.
this guy's shit. But no, it's, who knows.
Fucking Cayden.
But
Sorry.
you're good, my nigga. You Gucci, but and yeah, my uncle, he has a lot of things in common with me. You know, now that I look back, because I have a real curiosity about psychedelics. This motherfucker tried to make LSD. This motherfucker.
Oh.
And I find this
Wow.
stuff out now. And I'm just like, what the fuck? He tried to do all these things, and like, he was such a scientist, and he was such a curious motherfucker. And he actually went to Copper Hills and graduated from Copper Hills.
Interesting.
And it kind of freaks me out, but he one day, because he was addicted to pills, you know, and he has 2 kids, you know, my cousin Max and Rory, who are these motherfuckers are so goddamn intelligent, super into like so intelligent, super into video games, but like I feel like they need to go outside.
Like
more.
knowledge-wise.
But like knowledge-wise, they are
That's
like
like my brother.
so.
I feel like he
yeah,
needs to. He's so into like technology.
yeah, they need to just get out a little
He's
bit.
so smart with it. Yeah, he needs to
I'm
get
reading
outside.
I'm
Yeah.
reading a book like that.
But yeah, and I feel like I would, I don't know what, I feel like once I get a little bit more of my shit together, and I could really like go and be more of a better example for them.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
like, but
Don't worry though, you're doing you. You know.
Yeah,
What I mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
But
you're growing up and shit.
Yeah, and I really want to be there for them, you know. But they are super intelligent, just like his dad. I see. Whenever I see my cousin Max, I see my fucking Uncle Jeremiah, and it almost makes me want to cry, you know. And my Uncle Jeremiah, my cousin Max, he was probably about, he was probably about 6, and my cousin Rory, he was probably about 3, and he had struggles through life, you know, my Uncle Jeremiah, and he tried to kill himself a bunch of times because he was addicted to pills, and like he wasn't feeling it, I guess, you know, like he was just sick of it all, you know. Everybody gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, one day me and Devin, this was kind of a weird day. Me and Devin, little brother, who's been on this podcast, he hits me up. Well, he doesn't hit me up. We're meeting each other after school at the
Liquor
place
store?
where the we're in like I'm in fifth, sixth grade, and he's in like fucking 3rd, 4th grade, somewhere in that era.
Liquor store.
And we're meeting at the pole where we're meeting to get on the bus. And this was like one of the first days of school, so we're getting on the bus where it has a new number. And we get on the wrong bus, and it takes us all over. And I'm sitting on the back of the bus. I'm sitting on the back of the bus like, fuck, I got on the wrong bus. And now I don't even want to tell Devin because I'm like embarrassed, you know, because I'm his older brother, you know. I'm like, fuck. And then the bus driver drops everybody off. And I go up to the bus driver. I'm like, hey, I got on the wrong bus. Like, and she's like, okay, I can take you home.
No.
Really?
Oh, thank
And she's
God.
No.
What a sweetheart.
What a
What a
sweetheart.
fucking sweetheart, dude.
Yeah,
like
literally.
a great person.
Oh.
A great fucking person.
Bus drivers are literally like the
Uh-huh.
reason they're driving
Oh.
buses is because they love kids. They
Uh-huh.
want to take care of them.
And she
I think I've gone
she
on a
looked at
bus
me
before,
like,
it's
and I could
okay,
just
yeah.
like, I don't know, looking back now, it just feels like I could just like feel her heart in her
Yeah.
eyes, you know, like, and
That's cool though. That's cool.
And we're cruising back. Me and Devin are sitting on the back of the bus, like I can't. I'm just
Like,
embarrassed, you
fuck.
know. I was the one who was supposed to be
Yeah.
like responsible for
The
all
bigger
this,
responsibility
you know.
and
And
shit.
I was just embarrassed, you know. And then we get back to my house. She drops us right in front of my house like a fucking baller, and we get back.
That's
there.
dope. What's up? Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a personal driver over here.
Yeah, well, we get back
Ski,
there, and I
ski.
was just embarrassed, you know. And I was like, fucking, I was just kind of.
How old were you?
I was in like 5th grade, probably.
Oh, why are you embarrassed? I understand that at that age, though. You
Yeah.
probably feel that way, but
Well, I'm a perfectionist with my work and my.
your
Little-
situation
and, like,
and shit, yeah.
I don't want
Understand.
my dad to look at me like I'm a fucking idiot. You know?
Oh, so you were kind
And,
of more focused on your dad's opinion.
Yeah,
Is that what
that's
this is?
probably that's kind of where a lot of my things stem from, but fucking I get home and I talk like I could just tell something was off, you know. I could tell something was
So
off.
when you got off the bus?
I get off the bus and I walk inside,
Okay.
and then my dad's sitting on this chair. We had this old fucking dope ass
Do you know,
dope ass
do you remember-
70s chair.
So were you supposed to be at school or?
No, I just got off school and we just
Oh, you but took the
Yeah,
wrong
you're
bus
trying
to
to
go
get to
home
home.
from school.
Yeah.
Okay, so your dad's sitting home. Okay.
And
Sorry.
my
bud.
dad's sitting home in this chair. That's this old like 70s chair that swivels around, and like
Like
I
that 70s
walked
show?
Yeah, exactly
Red's
like
chair?
that. But it was orange. It was a green.
Purple.
No, it was green. like
Green,
a
Because Red's chair is
like
orange.
dark green, dark green.
Interesting.
I remember it because me and Devin used to spin around in circles in it and get super fucking high. That's what it was. I can't explain it. It's dizzy, but you're getting high. But fucking my dad. I walked in the house and we walk into the living room where the chair's in, and my dad turns around and he's like, you know, I can you guys sit down? I need you to tell some shit. And I was like, why would I was just thinking in my head, you know, why would you need us to sit down to tell us some shit? And my Uncle Jeremiah, he was over at the house, like, at least, he was over there like 2 days before that. 2 days before that, and he had a bunch of, like, bandages and like this sling on his wrist because he had tried to like slit his wrists.
Yeah, I cut
And
himself.
like it was super bad. Like
Was
he
it?
was bad, like deep,
Super deep?
like bad. And
Oh, I can't stand that. But anyways, sorry.
and
So
yeah, he was over there,
so
and
it
they
was
were
just-
working
it was
on my
him.
dad. Well, they were working on my dad's fucking blazer. My dad's super badass fucking blazer that I've like. It's like a piece. It's a
Mint.
it's like 65,000 miles and it's a 78 and it's fucking super lifted and fucking
It's a
huge.
78.
Yeah, and
Damn,
it's
son.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ignorant. And
Anyway, though, so
but
you and Devin just got off the bus.
yeah, me and Devin just got off the bus, but yeah, he was just there working on the blazer with my dad. That's why I was just like, and we got off the bus and we're talking to my dad and he tells us to sit down. We're like, what the fuck? And he's like, Jeremiah, he took too many drugs, you know, and he passed away, you know, like he overdosed.
Jeremiah's who? Sorry.
He's
Your
my
dad's
uncle.
brother.
Ooh, how old are you?
Okay.
I was in 5th grade, and he's my dad's brother, one of the motherfuckers that I look up to like fucking God,
Yep.
you know.
The big. Yep.
And I'm just kind of like, I couldn't
What?
even like comprehend it, you know. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Not even a
the
word.
only real death I experienced before that was my great grandmother, and she was like, like with the times I met her, I could just see the wisdom in her soul, you know, and that fucked me up for a little bit. But then like in 5th grade, it was like the beginning of the year, and like I was just so fucked up through that whole school year, you know, and it's but I figured out that my uncle passed away, and I was just so confused. And I go to my grandmother's house because they found him in my grandma's basement because that's where he lived. And it took them 2 days to actually like figure out what was actually like he was actually down there, because my grandmother's handicapped and she can't really walk too well. She has some disease where she like deteriorates fast, you know. I forgot what it was. But once she gets to a certain age, she's like, she can't walk, you know, like she's
wheelchair shit.
like a fucking little thing with buttons and shit, like.
Oh, okay.
And she's
As
an
long as she
intelligent fucking lady, like so goddamn. She's full of wisdom, but and I don't think she was even capable of seeing what's going on down there. And then she starts to get nervous, and calls some. Well, my aunt Felicity, and my aunt Felicity. They had broken up recently. They had
Your Felicity.
Felicity
and your uncle?
was Felicity, my uncle, who's the mother of my cousins.
Okay.
Dustin?
Not Dustin, my cousins Max and Rory.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Wait, Felicity is
Felicity, you've
the
met Felicity.
wife of your
of
uncle.
my uncle Jeremiah. That's where
Died?
Felicity is so close to my heart.
Oh.
Felicity is my mom's best friend. My mom and dad are
shit.
divorced, and
That poor woman.
and like my mom and dad and
Seriously?
my mom and dad, just a little bit of backstory, you know, they got divorced. My dad has a twin brother who was married to my mom's best friend, and my mom had these best friends through high school, you know, Julie and Jennifer, which is my mom, and Julie's my cousin Dustin's mom. They were best friends, and they married twins like they always dreamt of doing. And they did it, had a bunch of kids, got divorced, and then my aunt Felicity, they got really close with my mom and Julie, and then they broke up, and my uncle killed himself before my dad and like Julie and all of them got divorced, you know, and my other uncle, you know. And then they all became best friends, you know. They all became best friends through that just like struggle of dealing with these like stubborn like black family niggas, you know. Like they all became best friends because they could bond through that. I feel like, and it's a beautiful relationship they all have, you know. Especially my mom and Felicity, they've been going through some rough patches, but that happens, you know. But I don't know. It's an intense family situation, but fucking
Your grandma was there, and then she called somebody.
My grandma called Felicity, but they just recently broke up, like I was saying, and Felicity was I don't remember exactly what happened, but my uncle all my uncles, their names start with J's because they're all biblical names.
Okay.
They're all like Jeremiah, Jacob, Jason, Joseph, all that. Seriously, all the J's in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's all their names. But my uncle Jared, he went over there because he's the. They have a bunch of kids. They have like.
He's the oldest or no?
I think he's the third youngest.
Okay.
The third youngest. And fucking. He went over there and found out that my grandma called him, and he was the only. Because everybody at that point is sick of Jeremiah's shit, you know. They're like, I don't even want to deal with it, you know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, you know, like.
No, yeah, other homeboys or your other uncles didn't want to worry about it?
Well, they were all worried about it. It's just like, I'm not gonna let it get to me, you know.
So
like,
if she called them though, like.
I don't know if she called him or not. That's the thing. I don't know what happened, but I remember hearing that Jared was the one who
Showed up.
Because he's
So what happened?
he's a real gentle soul.
Yeah, how'd
Yeah.
that go?
And then he finds out that his fucking brother's dead.
So he
And
went
then
downstairs and
call
was
the
like-
cops, and then all that happens,
man.
and then fucking all that happens there. Cops are figuring things out, and then I get off school around fucking.
You go on the wrong bus.
And then I got on the wrong bus. Blah blah
That
blah
was
blah.
the same day.
Same day, and then I talked to my dad, and then we're like, all right, we're going to grandma's, and then I see them roll away with the fucking body in the fucking thing as I'm leaving my grandma's.
in the fucking crutch.
In the gurney, and
Oh my god.
and
You
and
saw
my
that?
aunt, yeah, and my aunt Dendy, she like, I got mad respect for my Aunt Dendy now that I look back at it. But back then, I looked at it like, you just tell me bullshit. But I know why she wanted to tell me this. Because she thought that we couldn't handle, like, what was actually going on. Because she told...
I think it's crazy how we all carry, like, our parents' problems.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In
But
my
she
DNA.
told
like,
us
we don't
kids.
think we do. but
She told us
we
kids,
do.
you know,
We do.
like,
we carry
we
all
were
the family
outside.
problems.
Me and Devin and my sister Rachael and Brooke, we were all just kind of having a moment, you know, like, just looking back, you know, because we were at my grandma's house where we played and chilled all the time, you know, like, as we were kids, her first house, and she was going to move out at this point. This was the last time we were going to see this house, and she had a tetherball fucking thing in her backyard, and we were just kind of fucking with it, just like hitting it back and forth with, like, little enthusiasm, you know, just kind of bullshitting. And my Aunt Dendy comes over, and she's like, yo, kids, come here, you know. And she gets us all in a circle. We're sitting in the backyard under, like, on the deck by this peach tree. My grandma had a peach tree and, like, all kinds of fruit trees. Both my grandmothers do on both sides. And she just tells us, she's like, you know what, and it might be true, you know, but she tells us, you know what, like, Jeremiah, like, he was feeling sick, you know, and he took his medication, and then he forgot that he took his medication because he took his medication, and then he was feeling sick, and he took it again, and he took it again, and he took it again.
Oh.
And he just kept forgetting that he was taking his medication.
Yeah.
And
Does he have Alzheimer's or no?
also, well, no, he was a young guy.
You
Like,
just fucked up.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Well,
what-
his grandma was just, she was just telling him
she was, and like, I could see that because he overdosed. I forgot what it was on, but just some pills and
Was it
that's
sleeping pills?
It was some. I think it might have been fucking Xanax or just a whole mixture of shit.
just to make sure. Okay.
Who the fuck knows? But he was just getting wild on prescriptions, you know. And this is why I will never touch prescriptions.
Mhm.
And he may have forgot he was taking them just
Right.
because
Just
I've
felt
had
that
buddies.
could happen.
I've had
Yeah.
buddies who've taken Xanax and they take one, they forgot they take one, then they take another, and then I've had buddies who've done that.
Damn.
I've had buddies who've done that, and they didn't die, but I've had buddies who tell me stories like that. So, I don't know if my uncle fucking killed himself or if he accidentally.
It
And
might
see,
have
that's
been an
what's fucked up
accident.
about
It
that
kinda
whole
sounds like an accident.
Yeah.
pill
it literally
situation
sounds
is,
like
is
an
you can't
accident.
say, you know.
Yeah.
You
And,
can't say if he.
So
You know what,
what's
like-
your middle name then? What's your middle name?
Oh, and I just went on a whole fucking tangent
Oh, no, you
about
did.
because it led off. It led
your
off
first
to a
name.
bunch of shit and how
Right.
just like my.
It's okay. That
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
my
that was
bad,
great.
my bad,
That was
my
great.
bad.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I'm
My bad,
sorry,
sir.
Mike,
I'm,
but you
uh,
said you kind of like looked up to him as like a god or like your father figure or.
Yeah.
Cause okay, sorry. Like, so your dad wasn't really like in your life at that
Well,
time, or
My dad, he's been in my life. I never really, my dad's the nigga, you know. I've connected with him at certain levels, but, I've always kind of thought my dad, like, okay, let's say I was the first try, you know, like, I kind of fucked up through a lot of levels, you know. Then he had Devin, you know. Devin's my little brother, and like he was his second try, and like I don't know. I always felt like my dad thought I was a pussy, you know.
God. Well, I'm just saying, I get how you feel like having your uncle like pass away like at such a young age, because I had my dad pass away when I was 6 years old, so I've never had a father figure in
Yeah.
my life at all, ever, that I can remember. So.
Yeah, and my dad would like. He taught me a lot, but he wasn't. I hate saying it, but I don't think he was really
Big impact.
the average. Like my friends had stories about their dad that I just didn't have, you know. If that makes sense.
It
It does.
But and yeah, it was just like I was afraid that my dad would think that anything I did was gay because I didn't like things that he liked necessarily, all the things. And yeah, but my middle name is Brandon.
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 My
I
stepbrother's
did not
name is
know that.
Brandon.
I
My
did
stepbrother's
not know
name is
that.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Michael Brandon Black. MVP.
Mike Brandon Black.
Mike.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Mike.
fucking asshole. Can I explain to you guys something?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Let's hear it, dude. I would love to.
So, when I was young, my parents got a divorce. When I was about 8 years old, and my mom was going through a huge time with me and my twin brother and my older sister. She's 3 years older than me. And so she worked 2 jobs and shit. And long story short, she met like my stepdad. His name's Ron.
Yeah.
And Ron Burgundy. And he, I'll skip the bullshit, but he was a very big impact in my life.
Yeah.
Because my father was gone. He actually, me and him made a very big, strong relationship. So, years after that, about 5 years after that, so was it 7 to fucking 12? He started leaving out of town for a month at a time, and it made no sense. And it might have been a month and a half, whatever. But my mom was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like he worked for a carpet cleaning company, and like he was a boss and shit. Like, you know, he had shit to do, like management and shit like that. Like, for instance, he had to go to temples or churches or, you know, buildings and shit to, you know, take care of him out of town and shit, which makes sense. But he was gone for a while and he wouldn't talk to her, and it wouldn't make sense to her. So, you know, she got sad and was like, what the fuck are you doing? So, it happened about 3 different times that it happened, and I think the second one she found out that he was actually cheating on her.
Uh-huh.
So with us kids, like, it fucked up, like, our, like, living and school situations and shit, because
So you're living at his house?
it was their house.
Their house, but yeah.
But yes, so my mom took care of us, like, fuck, always, like, she is the most, and I feel bad because I don't talk to her much, but she took care of us kids. Like, she had 2 jobs, everything, just to make sure us kids were, like, okay, you know, and I can go into it so deep, but it don't
That's what
matter.
moms do. Women are fucking strong. Women are fucking strong.
And long story short, where I was getting to, I didn't really know my dad, and I wanted to kind of know him. So when I went out of my way and to talk to him, and was like, hey, like, you know, like, you want to, like, do something, whatever, and, like, hang out. So it ended up, I started hanging out with him every single weekend, and then we started, you know, kind of doing drugs. This is only 13, 14 years old. And it's kind of stupid because with knowing my age and, like, how old he is, like, why would you want to introduce drugs to such a young, especially your child, but to a young person, like.
And even at that age, like, that's when, like, you know, like, you always wanted to sneak away and go somewhere and do drugs, you know? And Kane's dad was like, yeah, like, come over, you know? And so, like, we would always go over there, and Cayden went over there a lot, but, like, you know, like, sometimes I would go over with him, you know? And we could get drunk there and stuff, and,
Wow.
and, yeah.
In the same, like, it's not like, it wasn't like love, it was more like, like, I'll tell you right now, like, me and him are more best friends more than a father and a son.
I see.
Because of what he did, and you'll understand in a second. So he did that, and then I started telling my mom, like, hey, will you drive me to Dad's, like, on Friday? She's like, why, you know? And I'd stay at my dad's house from Friday to Sunday before I had to go to school, and she had no, like, she didn't understand. She's like, why? Like, I fucking hate your dad. Like, he didn't take care of you. He didn't, like, he's not paying child support. Like, I'm struggling, and, like, I'm trying to take care of you children, and you guys don't want, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll go super deep into it. You guys are gonna think, like, he's fucked up, but he's such an amazing person at the same time. But so after that, I'll tell you, like, 3 years later, I went into jail. I got caught for some stupid shit, and my mom, I called her on the phone, like the toll phone, whatever you want to call it. I was like, can you come can you, like, bail me out of jail? And she's like, no, you're gonna learn your lesson. And, like, 2 days later, because I was in there for, like, a week, but, like, the very last day, my sister was having her first baby, and my dad went to the hospital and shit, and he was like, where's Cayden? My mom's like, oh, you don't fucking know? Like, she didn't want to call him or anything. Like, let him know what the fuck I'm doing, you know? I had no phone call, nothing. Like, I was just stuck. And he's like, and my mom's like, you know where he's at? Like, he's fucking sitting in jail right now, you know? And he, like, stood up and was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, you don't want to bail him out? Like, you fucking kidding me? So he left immediately, fucking, boom, bailed me out. And the next day, he fucking got all my shit out of my room, boom, moved into his house. But he, at the same time, was, like, struggling with, like, money and, like, shit like that. So a couple months down the road, not a couple months, but, like, a couple weeks down the road, I started selling cocaine and fucking, I was doing hella drugs.
And
What kind of drugs were you doing at that age? If you don't mind me
cocaine, ecstasy, like Alex, we've had so many roll parties over there, huh? Like literally ecstasy.
Like he was mainly like a homie. He wasn't like a father. Either,
Exactly.
you
He
know?
was literally just like an old homie that had a house.
I
pretty
had
much.
like my stepbrother. He came over one time, and and to me it was just normal because we'd been over there so many times. And we just did drugs with his dad, and it was just normal to me at that point. And so I invited my stepbrother over one time, and I was like, "Yeah, come over to this house. We're rolling and everything." And he came over, and he was like, "Whose house is this?" And I was like, "It's my friend's dad's." And he's like, "Was he like? Where is he? Like, is he out of town or something?" And he was like, "No, he's in the other room. He's probably fucked up too."
He's probably
And
doing fucking
yeah, and
starting lines with these niggas.
So then he like comes out and he like does some ecstasy with us, and then like he ends up going to bed, and then fucking my stepbrother's like, "That is fucked up, dude."
You talking
Like,
about
that
Diego?
is- yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "That is not a father. That is not even like 100 feet from a fucking father." Like.
It's always
Like-
sad. It's always the opposite.
It's
Because I
super
wish I
sad.
could have a parent like that, but then when you do have that, you're like, no, I wish I had. a
You know
fucking
what? The
parent
only
like
thing like I
this."
built, the only thing I've built with him is like a relationship of like a super great like friend. I call him every single fucking day, and he calls me every single day. And I talk to him and tell him how much I love him and fucking but like that's the thing though, like he had a rough life too, like he did, but I don't know, I've never talked to him about it because I don't want to ever bring it up, but I don't understand why he put me in that situation. Like when I was 14, selling cocaine for him just to make rent, just because I had the fucking customers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me. And at that time, I didn't know because I was doing cocaine and I was fucking going to school for like a half a day. I was going to East Hollywood High School. So I only went to school for from 7 to 1. And then I went and worked with him. But we were selling cocaine to his fucking bosses. I was selling cocaine to fucking my students or whatever the fuck you want to call them. And to me in that age, I thought I was doing something okay because I had money in my pocket and shit. But in the same sense, like now that I've grown the fuck up 5, 6 years later, so I'm like, what the fuck happened, And it's super hard, and and I go over there and I still have a great time with him. Like, trust me, like we are super best friends, but only one time I've tried to have the conversation with him, and he literally did not say anything.
Really?
Because I was like,
No.
how could you have put me in this situation? Like, I'll say one more thing. So when he took me from jail, took me home, got all my shit out of my mom's house, and went to his house, my mom came home and was like, what the fuck? Like, why is Cayden's shit's all gone? She called me and I couldn't answer it, but she called my dad and was like, he's not living there anymore. Like, it's a bad area, supposedly, whatever. But he's living with me now. It fucking broke her heart. I know it did, to the fucking maximum. Like, just fucking blew it up. I know it did. It's fucking the worst thing I can ever think of. And I know, because out of all of her 3 children, me, my twin brother, and my sister, she knows I'm the most responsible. I'm the most, like, in reality-wise, like, I know what the fuck's going on. Like, you know what I mean? And so to her, it was just the biggest fucking heartbreak of her life. Like, honestly, it probably was the worst than the fucking, divorce.
My other husbands were there, yeah.
And she didn't talk to me for a while, but of course she tried to make sure I was okay and shit, and she knew how my dad was, like, and she probably knew that I was getting drunk and shit with them and whatever, but literally from
I started selling cocaine and then I started smoking it. And like literally every single night, I go to school. He'd be working. I get off of fucking school, walk down the street. There was like fucking not even a half a mile, like fucking like 50 steps to his work, and I just go over there, and then all the owners, whatever, they already, like, you come in, like, their noses are caked with coke.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you go home and I drink and shit, and I was young though. Like, how do you expect a young person like 14, 15, 16
like understand
to understand like reality in an aspect of an adult? Like, you don't. So I thought it was completely fine. So I did what.
Do you think you grew up fast because of that?
Oh fuck yeah! Are you kidding me? It's my father, like, for pretty much, like, you know, and that's why I met so many friends at an old age of being so young. That's why I matured so fast. Is because of them. I went over to so many jams. Oh my god, that's the thing. It's fucking super sad because he put me in that situation for me to be so young and learn that, but at the same time, like, I kind of love him for that because
you're doing what you're doing.
I met so many amazing people that were older than me that taught me so many amazing, great things about life and about music, but like, it literally changed my whole world. Like, it's hard because it's hard. It's even hard to try to explain to my brother or my sister because they literally do not understand. But it's like I'm just trying to fucking grow my life and try to be a better person.
Yeah, just trying to be real.
But I got put in a situation that I did not know I was getting myself into, which is fucked up for my father, but I'm just, and it's weird because, you know, like, last weekend, like, you know, it was Father's Day weekend, and, you know, I know he likes to get fucked up. Not necessarily fucked up, like, yeah, he's a big alcoholic. I'm not saying he does drugs or anything, like, recently, like, the past 3 years, like, he doesn't done ecstasy or anything like that, but, you know, I picked up some coke, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna say this for him. So I picked up like a tea, went over there, and, you know, we fucking did a tea, whatever, all night, but it's just like, when you're talking about like father figures or like uncles and like shit like that, like it's hard to say I don't have like I do have a super big impact on my father, but it's just like I feel like personally I had the wrong impact on the father figure. And so, wow.
Dude, fucking dude.
It made
I
you
feel
who
like
you are, though. I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
You guys are all.
I feel like
super mature, so.
And I did, but it's just, dude, trust me though, like, I want to talk to my dad about some like real shit, but it's just like,
it's
dude,
hard.
like, why were you the one to put me in that situation? Like, now that I look back, like, to say, like, why the fuck, like, 14-year-old, why would you fucking make me sell cocaine for you to make rent? Like, when I thought it was just money.
Yeah.
Like, when I thought, you know, it's money for me and then it's money to make fucking rent, which was nothing to me. And I was like, you know, I was having fun. I had parties and fucking people coming over. And then he found an ecstasy dealer that came over. You remember this? I think you were there. Fucking freezer Ziploc bags, fucking like 3 or 4 of them, fucking completely full of ecstasy. Just all the homies, they were just like, what do you want to buy,
but
you know?
legendary status on like a friend status, you know? But that's the thing too, is like, I feel like, you know, like, you have like this great friend that's your dad, but like, when it gets down to business, you know, like, You have friends to call for certain things, but you're supposed to have your dad to call
to
for
kick you in
certain.
the ass.
Yeah, to kick you in the ass and tell you what the fuck are you doing.
I never had that.
Dude,
I had my
fucking kid.
mom.
I feel
That's.
like
I think that's maybe why I'm such like it's kind of like a sweetheart.
yeah.
Because I think my mom kind of, you know, and I love. Oh my God, me and my mom have a good relationship, but we don't talk that much. But when we do, it's fucking.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
I feel it,
kick-ass.
dude. I feel it 100%.
But it's hard though because I'm like, and I've told her some shit. She knows I smoke. She knows I fucking drink, and she's a Mormon, so she doesn't. She's different.
Yeah.
You know, she in that aspect, but. A couple times she's gone like from work, she got bottles of wine and shit for just like doing a good job, and she's like, "Oh, this is for you." And I know she's gone out for a couple times for drinks and shit. You know, she's not like a straight fucking Mormon, but she knows. And I explained to her like literally, I know we're not super close. Like my brother and my sister are like fucking literally tight as fuck, but my mom knows like. I'm fucking being an adult, like fucking just killing shit. Like I have my own house. Like my brother's still living with my brother's still living with his. Sorry, my brother's still living with my mom, and my sister's living in my brother-in-law's parents' house, and I have my own fucking house. Like she knows, like, you know, I'm fucking, you know, keeping it legit. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm fucking doing shit like grown up, like. When I did say grown up or like adult, because that counts as stupid.
You're surviving. You're thriving.
You're surviving.
But, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like I'm trying
You
to
need
be
that.
the best person I can, you know, and she knows that, and it's hard because I call her and I'm like, Mom, like I'm about to sell my house, like I'm fucking stressing out, like I don't have enough to pay mortgage, like I'm fucking stressing out, you know, and she's like, listen, don't fucking worry about it, like. Just relax, keep working. Like if you can't pay it, like it fucking happens. Like it fucking happens, you know. But if I tell my dad, he's all, don't pay it, don't pay it. You know what I mean? Like
You can go a couple months without paying it.
No, literally, like literally, like I know people. Like he even told me, and I've heard from other people, like
Okay.
if you don't pay your mortgage, you can go for like probably a year or two without paying it.
Yeah, no one will come
And
and
I'm
kick
like,
you out of your
dude,
house.
that's my
for a
fucking
minute.
credit. Like, my credit's like
But it gets
$750.
your credit.
Why the fuck
your
would I
credit.
want to ruin my credit? Like, it's $750, and like, why would I want to ruin it? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Dude,
I
when
built
you're a
all
kid-
this credit history from fucking when I was fucking 18. Why would I want to ruin it? Why?
Yeah, dude, I think.
You know what I mean? So, like, I have so much shit going on, but like, I love my dad to death, and like, Alex was over there last weekend. He's fucking cool. It's everything. I guess I'm just kind of going the deep end and kind of explaining life, but I'm just saying he's a good person. I agree, but I fucked over my mom big time.
I feel like that, dude. I feel like we're,
I fucked over my mom.
Cayden, Doug, we're really similar in a lot of aspects, you know, because I fucked over my mom a lot, you know. I fucked over my mom a whole shit ton, you know. And we're both, and yeah,
How do you
we all probably
rebuild
did
a
it.
relationship?
But-
Can I explain one thing?
Yeah, but one second. I think we are really alike in a lot of ways, dude. Like, and I don't really know much about the signs or anything, but I know you're a Virgo and I'm a Virgo. You know?
Are you?
I know. 9/11.
9/11.
Oh my god, I hate you.
9/11.
I
No,
hate
but
you.
I know that
Mine's
we've had
9/19.
really similar
The
upbringings,
signs.
just really similar upbringings, just different paths, you know. And I don't know, dude. I feel you on a lot of aspects of that story, you know, like. And that's why I've always felt like I could connect with you, you know. Whenever you tell your stories, you know, whenever you tell your stories, I could fucking really like
I love
feel it in my heart,
Scorpios.
you know, because I know it's legit because you can feel it when it's legit, you know, and that's like that's real shit, you know. That's how you fucking got here, you know. That's
not really.
that's how you are the person you
I
are
switch it up.
today, and you fucking. I don't know, dude. You've seen some fucking. You grew up fast, you know. You grew up faster than probably
Oh, I
all of
did.
us here, you know, because you fucking had to see that raw of shit throughout life, you know. It's an amazing story,
Well,
dog. That's all I want to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Mike. Thank you.
And you're a good person. And it made you
I
a
don't
great
want
person.
I don't want to try to explain to you like a crazy story, but really, it's literally like kind of like a big moment of a story because
Mhm.
that's how I grew up. It's not like a fucked up situation. It's just a way.
That
It's
it
a
happened.
situation of how I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't hate it. I love it honestly because
Look at you.
Yeah. Look at where you come, dog. Look at where you come.
Thank you, Jerry. And Alex has been there for,
And dude,
he knows the whole situation, but I just want to say one more thing and I'll stop. But I just want to say one thing that's super, really depressing and breaks my fucking heart that I can't really explain. But when that day my dad took me, the next day my dad took me from my mom's house in Bountiful to his house in Cottonwood. I didn't even tell my mom, so she came home and was like,
with no clue.
where the fuck's Cayden's house? Like, where's this shit, you know?
I did the same exact thing to my mom.
I just lost my fucking mind. And she was just completely heartbroken. And then, about 2 months down the road, I can tell you that she called me and was like, "What the fuck you doing?" Like, and called my dad and was like, "Why the fuck you take Cayden away from me?" And like, you know, all this crazy, like, emotional shit. But 2 months down the road, my dad owed a bunch of back child support for the past,
no. Is the worst part.
for the past like 7-8 years. And so he took her to court because I was living with him, and he owed about maybe 18,000. I can't fucking know. And guess what? Because I was living with him, the court dropped it.
And his dad was the one that told him to come move in with him.
No, he took me.
Yeah, he took him. So it kind of was like he had this whole thing planned out. Kind of like he
So
had this
like
whole thing
the
planned
relationship,
out.
like it's so hard to have a relationship with my mom, and I've never talked about like I've wanted to talk to her about it. I can't though, because she told me one time, "You fucked up because you went to your dad's and he fucked me over." That's the only thing she said, and I was like,
Do you feel like this is your
it took me to
Well,
my
do you
fucking
talk to her
heart.
now? Do you have a good relationship
Oh yes,
now or no?
because she loves me as a fucking person. She knows who I am. Like,
Okay, how did
I'm-
you rebuild that? Because my mom fucking hates me right now. She
but no,
fucking
but
hates
because
me.
you,
She
you have
hates
to
me.
know that I'm a loving person. Like,
And so am I. Like, what the fuck?
But that
Like,
whole situation was nothing under my control. She
True.
can't hate me for
True,
because
that's
of
true,
what
yeah.
my father's decisions were. It was only I literally was clueless. I was going to school, trying to go to school and trying to graduate, and I
just going
couldn't.
with the flow.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't graduate because my dad wanted me to work with his homies and fucking sell cocaine. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So
I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't my
your
fault. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I had no fucking clue about child support. I had nothing. So when my mom told me that, I was like, it took me like a week just to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Why the fuck would you do that,
She
Dad? Like,
understood
you
it
kidding
was
me?
your
Like,
dad's fault, though?
just why? Like, as a fucking man, why didn't you just say, fuck it?
Why didn't you? Did you talk to your
My
pops
mom
about
would
it?
have blamed me.
Did
for
you be like-
everything.
I'm telling you, I haven't talked to my
Forever.
moms or I haven't talked to my pops about it because I can't. Because it's all supposedly. I feel like it's my fucking fault.
Oh, that's.
I say talk to him about it, but I don't know.
Literally,
I don't know,
I'm
but-
the like. There's my mom, my dad, and there's me. Like, how do I go about it? You know what I mean?
You guys
feel-
are so lucky
It-
you don't have a mom.
It's
Thank
fucking
God.
extreme. Like, my mom, she. If I need money, I'll ask her, but literally, I haven't asked her for money forever. You know, my dad, if I ask him, and like, he'll be like, "Oh, you gonna work for it?" I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch." You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole. You know how dads and moms are. But,
Yeah. I feel it 100%.
but that's the whole situation.
100%.
It's just like, how. I really want to like talk to him. Like, I wish I could honestly sit them both down.
At the same time.
Because my brother and my sister, they have nothing, completely nothing involved in it. Nothing. So I wish I could sit them down and be like, okay, Dad, what kind of fucking situation was this? And what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, obviously my mom got fucked.
Just to kind of give your mom peace of mind.
Me and my mom. Because
you
my
and
dad, I
your
know
mom.
he ain't
your
stupid.
dad
He knows what the
too.
fuck is
Because
going
your dad's
on.
kind of the one that caused it all, and
I was gonna
And
say he's the cause.
to
of
have
it,
him talk
yeah.
about it and
Yes.
say, I did fuck up.
Yeah.
And
I see what you're saying.
the one of the stupidest thing is that whenever I talk to my dad about my mom, he says that he says that she was the love of his life. And I could tell another story of how they got divorced. He came, long story short, it's like little simples. He came home for work today, wondering where my mom was at, and she was supposedly at the neighbor's house, which was his name Paul. It was one of his best friends. No, lied, sorry. So the Paul lived next door though. So mom came home from a haircut or some shit, and he was supposed to be working, but my mom wondered where the kids were at. So she called my dad, he didn't answer, so she's like, I'm gonna call Paul. So Paul answered and was like, yeah, she's at my dad's house. We're at my dad's house. So mom showed up, and me and my brother and my sister were at Paul's house, and my dad's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you at Paul's? And
That's the neighbor.
Paul, yeah, so
Fine.
So, long story short, my dad just told Paul, was like, if you ever fucking around my wife, like, literally, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking shoot you, and you're gonna be fucking dead. And guess what? Your brother's gonna fucking shoot me, so I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead, so touche.
Oh,
Literally.
cold.
Literally.
Cold-hearted killer.
And then he dipped. And so my mom dipped, and then I don't know if my mom dipped or whatever, but and then that was the end of the story. Mom and Paul never fucking talked again. My mom dipped. My dad's out. So that's how the divorce kind of fucking started. And then my dad kind of came back, and then Ron, my stepdad, came into the situation, and
Ron was a good guy. I liked him growing up, but he is just like my stepdad. So
piece of shit, and he cheated on women.
Yeah.
He cheated on my wife. My wife. My mom.
Hide your wife, hide your kids.
I'm gonna fuck your wife. Yeah. So, yeah, dude. So, I can explain.
I'm glad that you're such a great person now, though.
Thank you.
Dude,
I'm glad that it's made you
I
a
feel
fucking
like-
amazing
Dude,
person.
Cayden, we need to have you on more fucking podcasts.
Yeah, I'm glad that you have turned into this beautiful fucking person.
And I have been, but because of my friends' influences.
It sounds like
it's
you
not
need
just
some
me
closure.
though. Like I've had
Yeah.
a big like explosion like in my life, but literally the biggest influence in my life and like biggest impact is my friends. And so I really appreciate all of you guys because you guys have made a big impact on me. And
Well, dude, same here.
I've had a crazy life, and like I love my dad, and I still hang out with him every fucking like weekend and every shit. But really, with as how myself is, it's you guys. You guys keep me happy. You guys fucking keep me going and shit. So I really appreciate all you guys.
Well, I'm glad you kind of got that out. And one other thing that's cool that I want to mention right now that you kind of said all that, is now that you're saying, that your friends have helped you a lot, is one thing I noticed, when you started getting those jobs where you just worked all the time, and there's like no friends involved at all, that's when I could tell you're going through your hard times, and then when
It
when you get
That was my
one thing
best
I-
times though, because I wasn't worried about nothing but.
Myself.
I guess maybe that somewhat was my worst times because, but at the same time, like, I was working so hard and just focusing on myself and trying to get money just to
Yeah.
fucking figure out myself and shit.
Dude, when I first met you, Cayden, like, the first time when my cousin Dustin, because my cousin Dustin was friends with Cayden and Alex, and they were all good friends, I was just like, okay, I want to kick with my older cousin because he's older and he's cool as fuck, And then Cayden, Alex, and Jeremy Beardsley, this pimp ass
Cool
motherfucker
nigga.
who we should have on the cast one
Yeah,
time.
he said he wants to come in a couple
He's
weeks.
got some shit to say, so we'll have this nigga on. He owns a business. He's got some shit to say.
Right.
Like, trust me, he's a business.
He's
man.
someone we definitely
we need to have his perspective on it, for sure, to switch it up a little bit. Get a little bit more boxy, you know. Fucking.
There you go.
But as soon as I met Cayden, I was just like, you know what, this nigga, he's got attitude, you know, he's got fucking potential, he's charismatic, you know. That's one thing you can tell about Cayden as soon as you meet this nigga. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you can already tell, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I know about Cayden, you know, is this motherfucker has got mean potential, and we all do, you know. But
Lock it up.
I don't know, the upbringing is fucking amazing, you know. And I'm glad we had you on the fucking show, you know. I've always we've been trying to get you on,
I know.
you know.
I know.
Yeah.
I was struggling. You guys are struggling.
Yeah, it was a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah, a lot
Even
of-
today, there was miscommunication.
Oh,
but
there was.
It ended up working. So,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
ended up
beautiful. It was a beautiful
No,
podcast.
I have a million stories to tell you
But
guys.
what's your middle name, Cayden?
What's your real name?
You guys want to guess?
Jack.
Your mom.
It's Cayden Jack Sorensen.
Jack and the
Jack.
box.
Jack.
Okay.
Rachel, what's your
What's
middle
your
name?
I guess.
I'm gonna be searching though.
Rachel
But hey,
Ann.
I kind of want to give you guys all a hug, but
I was
We'll
almost
do
gonna
it.
say
Yeah, we'll
something
do
super
group hug
racist.
after the podcast.
Aww.
What is it?
I don't have no name.
You don't have a middle
Her
name?
name is Rachel Hernan,
Okay, well, that's
Rachel
cool.
which is cool because like back when we were
You don't
like
need a middle
engaged.
name.
Yeah, back
Welcome.
when we were engaged, it was like we were talking about it, and it's like it's kind of cool because it's kind of like the Spanish people a little bit, but like a little different. Because if we get married, it'll be Rachel Hernan Black.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
that's
so it's
dope.
kinda cool
That's
in
pretty
that
dope.
kinda sense,
that's
you know?
pretty-
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom says she still wants me to keep my last name, and I kind of do too. So.
I feel you there. That's why I would do it if I were you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's yours, Jerry?
I was
Mine-
like, what the fuck? My brother has a middle name, but I don't.
Oh,
have a
you
middle
just got
name.
You just got
screwed out of a middle
Okay.
name.
They're like, it's the last one. She has to keep it her
What
whole
if you
life.
just make one up.
Yeah, just make your own middle name.
What-
Do you got a dope one or not?
What if you put your middle name as Space?
I don't
Rachel
know.
Space Hernan.
BJWO.
No, I'll think of a sicker one in a couple
OW.
days.
Okay.
Okay, there you
Give
go.
me a
There you
few
go.
days.
We'll have to keep you
Rachel
updated.
Leaf Hernan.
We'll have to keep y'all updated.
Yeah.
Because you're fly like a leaf.
All right, Jerry.
Leaf.
What's your middle
What's
name?
your real name?
My
Is
middle
it Barry?
name-
Jerry Barry?
Jerry Barry.
I might have to get a change to that one day. I like that a lot more, actually. Mine is Jerrick Raymond dash
Yes.
Frank.
Oh!
Raymond Frank.
Raymond Frank with the dash in the middle.
That's cool.
That's so
Both my grandpa's names.
Oh, that's
Raymond,
cool.
Grandpa
Raymond
Frank
Frank,
and
yeah.
Grandpa
So
Raymond.
okay, so does your brother have a dash in his middle name?
No.
Does
My-
your
my
older or
brothers-
younger?
My older brother's is Whitaker. My younger brother's is Garth.
So neither.
Either.
So you got the special
So
special.
yeah, I got both. Just
You got the
coming in
double
child.
supreme.
Yep.
There you
Double
go.
supreme.
That's sick, dog. You got the
Yeah.
double supreme. Just
Classy
well
name,
said.
but only problem is it never like. It's just too fucking long. And if I'm being real, I'm not 100% sure if there's a dash or not. So I don't even know exactly.
Because it could be like the Spanish names where it's
I'm
just
sorry,
two
I might have
names.
missed it. What's your
My middle name is Raymond dash Frank or just Raymond Frank. Maybe
Raymond
one
Frank.
word.
That's a fucking
Ray
crazy
Frank.
fucking middle name.
So if
Ray Frank.
if I spell my name, I wouldn't.
Ray Frank.
I'm not even 100% sure.
J. Ray Frey.
How many letters is that? RAYMONDFRANK. 12 motherfucking letters without the dash.
But that's cool because you got a
So
little. Yeah, that's probably why you're so well balanced. Because you got,
I got
a little
both
bit-
sides.
You got both
Yeah,
sides.
I feel
But
you.
who knows? You never know.
True.
Just
that's
so you
everyone.
guys know, it
Well, what's your middle name?
pisses me off when people don't give me their account number or their social, and they just
And you-
give me their
Social?
name,
Oh.
and they have
Yeah.
like
I
5
do that
names,
to
And you
everyone.
work
and
at
they
a
have
bank?
5 names, and I have to try to look them up from their names.
5 names.
Oh.
I'm like, really, dude?
the fuck, nigga,
you
have
just
five
won't
Like
give
that,
me
you have
your
4.
social? You just
And
won't
you
give me
and
your
where do you work?
social?
And
Like,
where
what the
do
fuck?
you work? Do you work at a bank?
Not
Yes,
American
sir.
Credit Union.
Well, okay, so I work on technical support online. If you call in and you're calling into a goddamn manufacturer, and this isn't even that. Even when I worked at Verizon, which is a service provider for your home, I worked at Verizon Home Services, and then I worked at AT&T before that, AT&T Mobile Services. So I worked mobile services, home services, and now I work for a manufacturer. Any of the jobs, if you call in and you say, I don't want to give you my email, or I don't
don't
want to
wanna
give you my
any
callback number,
fucking
or I don't want to give you my
Here's my
name.
thing. Here's
I
my
get
thing.
fucking pissed
I
about
don't
it.
know my fucking account number.
Well, okay, so it's not that. It's not that though. For
Okay.
me, it's if you don't want to give me your name and email and your phone number.
Okay, see, yeah.
Name,
If
email,
I
phone
know it,
number.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Name, email, phone number, they're the very most simplest things that every human being should know exactly what they are. And if you cop an attitude about it right then, that's gonna set the tone for the call, and I'm gonna be like, okay, what the fuck do you want? Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your information. What the fuck else do you want?
Yeah,
Alright,
bitch.
bye.
Yeah.
You know,
Alright.
so does anyone
Well,
if you
alright.
call
Should
into
we call it
a
good?
if you
Alright,
call
fine,
into a
yeah,
phone
so
Hold
service,
up, I need to know your
If you-
middle name before we end.
Alexander. Daniel Alexander
Oh yeah,
Black.
I
Yeah,
already
yeah.
knew that. I already knew
Yeah,
that.
we
That was very good. But anyway, so
Alexander the Great.
you guys have a wonderful night,
Alexander
wonderful
the
week
douche.
or
We're
weekend,
gonna-
whatever day it is when you listen
Wait,
to this.
Caden, what was your middle name again?
Jack.
Jack.
Jack, yeah.
I remember.
Cayden,
Jack
Jack
in the box,
It's
Sorensen.
like Jack Black.
Yeah, I love to be on the podcast, and you guys are
He's
amazing.
gonna be on again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys are all great
It was
people.
great having you.
Yeah.
You guys are great people.
Yeah. Well,
And thank
great
you for
everybody
that,
here
Joe.
and everybody listening is
I
fucking
say
really
something?
Having you too,
true
Rachael.
niggas,
I wanna
especially
say
if you got
something.
this far, because this is a
Yeah, like
this is a deeply layered podcast, and this
Yeah.
one gets down. You
I
know?
wanna-
I'm glad we
I-
finally did it because I knew.
I kind of want to say something though.
That's it.
It took me a while to get on this podcast, but you guys are literally amazing people, and I'm super proud of all of you. And just keep
Difficult.
doing what you're doing, and just be happy, and literally take care of yourselves. Just literally worry. I know it's hard, but worry about yourself the most. But take care of your fucking selves. And take care of your friends, and just I am a very loving person, but make sure people around you are loved, even animals or anything, just take care of them. Make sure they're okay. Make sure people are okay, and just be a loving person. That's my biggest thing.
I love that.
Love people.
That's how we're gonna.
That's perfect.
That's how we're gonna end it. That's how we're
perfect.
gonna end it. And
But love people, and just it's hard, I know sometimes. People are fucking assholes and shit, but just keep striving to what you love and your passions are. I know it's hard sometimes to try to transition on what you like and what you love and what people want you to do, but just do what you feel in your heart, literally, because fucking people are trying to persuade you in every single way. It's hard, especially when you somewhat like them and stuff, but literally just fucking love them. Just fucking love them and love yourself, because literally it's the best thing you do is love yourself. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a hard time with that, and the best thing you do is
Yeah,
love
fuck
yourself.
everybody.
Well, yeah. Well, you ain't that different from me, so the best thing you could do is love yourself, and you ain't that different from me. You
I know.
So it's
High
all the
five.
same, my niggas.
high five.
Fucking.
We'll end it on
this
that
was-
positive note, you guys.
Love you
Love
guys.
you all.
This
Thanks
one's
for
one
getting
of the
this
fucking
far.
best.
Get it.
So
Yeah.
far, fucking much
Yeah.
love.
peace out.
Adios.
It's all love. you
ALS.
know. Peace out.
ALS.
Have a good news.